Alright, so another Honda day. I know I went out riding the other day with my buddy, and I'm pretty sure Paul and Morgan got the valve cover painted. He put on a new Honda emblem. I think they said they got the rear tail panel on as well. So this is on for reals, and that shows what the back end looks like now. I know he wants to wrap this because we don't like these reflectors, so we'll be doing that at some point. Today, the endeavor is to get the radiator in. So, hopefully we can get the radiator in and we'll be good to go. We had to pick up a new starter because the starter that was on there died. So I picked up a new starter from the junkyard down the road. So yeah, let's hop right into this and get this new radiator mounted. Alrighty, so got the coolant stuff done, new plug wires. So all that, we have a high idle issue. We're trying to figure that out, but for now we're gonna take it for a spin and see how it does. I got a ghetto ass coolant reservoir with a Sunkist. So hopefully we'll be good. So the new coolant sensor's in. So now his temp gauge is working. So that's good. Yeah, so let's go take this thing for a spin and see if the brakes are good. We do know that it's only got front brakes, so should be interesting. All right, so getting this thing out of the driveway was already a feat. So we actually had to pull that off and gut all this because none of this is actually hooked up. So got all this pulled out. We're going to be going to disc brake conversion at some point. It's already got the fronts just only, so we'll run it as is. So hopefully this is the only one we got to do this. Hopefully we don't got to pull off the other side. This side was the only one that was locking up, so we should be good. Alrighty, here we are. The first actual drive. Now remember, it's going to get hotter. I guess if you want to go right, we can go down to the stop sign and turn around. Sounds beautiful back there. Oh, that must be the end links or that sway bar. Probably fucking bottoming out. Is that floored? Have you stepped on the brakes yet? No. Do they work? No. There's no e-brake.
Oh, shit, it's hot.
Oh, Jesus. It has no brakes?
No.
Did you try pumping it?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, there we go. Now I have brakes.
Oh, good, yeah. That's when we need it. All right, make sure the ignition's off so the battery don't die. I don't know why it's like the lower radiator hose isn't even hot. This top hose is really hot.
As soon as I stopped, it was like instant hot.
Weird.
Smoking out of the intake a little bit.
Out of the valve cover. All right, well, not so bad so far, other than the fact we just ran a stop sign in Mexico because we have no brakes. Alrighty, so it's been a interesting day, but we got a lot of shit figured out. The idle's figured out. So pro tip, if you delete all this shit, if you ever delete anything off of your intake, just put these rubber nipples on there because we ran this hose over to here, and that's what caused all our high idle issues. So that's done. So now she idles like a champ. We took her for another spin, filled her up, and she's good. She doesn't overheat. We thought she was overheating, but turns out that it's just something's fucked up with like the gauge probably. When it's reading hot, it's at operating temperature. So yeah, and then we slammed it. We're going to have to lift it back up because it's too slammed. Like this upper piece right here or whatever keeps hitting against the shock tower. So I don't know, we'll have to look and see if there's like an easy solution as to how people slam these things.
Oh, you fixed the ground.
So, huh?
So you also fixed the ground.
Yeah, we found a ground that wasn't in, and that made his headlights work. So his headlights work. What else did we do? We did something else.
Well, the ground also fixed the heater.
Yeah, I made so the heater works and all that stuff. What else? We did something else that was kind of big. Oh, brakes. Yeah. She's got brakes now. We put a new, the fuck is this thing? Brake master?
Yeah.
So we put a new brake master in, bled the brakes. It stops, but the pedal's kind of funky, but it's only the front brakes. So the backs are blocked off. We'll be converting those to disc at some point. But yeah, and then so the only issue we're having now is the distributor. The crank sensor is built into the distributor, and we're getting a crank sensor issue, or a crank sensor error, or check engine light for it. So, but yeah, I think that's the general gist. We just threw the bumper on there because it looks gnarly. I think it looks dope without the fucking fenders and hood, but yeah, Morgan will do that. That'll be my Honda build. This is what my Honda build would look like. So, but yeah, we got to put a fan on there and a couple other things. We made a list the other day of shit. He needs new fenders because those ones are kind of fucked up. But yeah, we made a list of parts he needs and things to do. So yeah. And then he's gonna get some new tires mounted on there, and he's got some Steelies over there. And we got some Federals that are gonna go on it. But yeah, so that's the gist. That's what we got done, and it's coming along. Okay, so it's been a while. The Honda is in its new home. So obviously, do a little reorganization. I don't remember if I went over that yet, but so in the Honda build, it's going down for reals. Morgan has won the lottery basically, and we're getting all sorts of goodies. So we already modified the front crash bar because fuck safety. And we got this behemoth of an intercooler in there. It's a 3.5 inch thick. Well, isn't it 3?
3.5 inch.
Is it 3.5?
These are 3 inch.
So it's 3.5. Has 3-inch inlets and outlets, which kind of sucks. It's the only downside to it, but it was this deal. It wasn't like $80.
Yeah.
That was a deal. So we got that. It fits perfect, pretty much. We got some work to do with finessing the intercooler piping and all that crap. He ordered a kit off eBay, and they sent us the wrong crap. This is the pipe. It was supposed to be like a 45 and stuff, and it's just 90s. So it clearly in the picture shows that they're supposed to be 45, so we gotta deal with that. And then he's got the new AEM wideband. Look at this thing. Let me flip the camera around. All right. Yeah, look at this thing. See how it looks like a normal gauge? Nope. Look how thin that thing is. Incredible. It's amazing. Humans are amazing. And the intake, he got a nice little Skunk 2 intake. So, and he got a deal on a fuel rail. So he's got a lot of stuff coming. Right now we're pretty much Paul's trimming up the bummer, or the bummer. It is a bummer that he's trimming it, but he's trimming up the bumper so that way it can fit with the intercooler. It looks like it's going to tuck very nicely. Like I was expecting the intercooler piping to be poking out. It looks like it might not even be popping out, so that'd be dope. Yeah, I guess I really don't have too much. We cut off the battery relocation that we did last time. It's going to get welded onto this side because it's really in the way on this side. This one we're going to just do a 90 straight back with a silicone coupler. Should work great. And this one we'll have to do some finagling. Yeah, other than that, I guess that's kind of all I got. I'm working on making a pipe, and then we'll do the wastegate. They're both going to be exiting the hood. So there'll be teardrops and all that good stuff. So you can get ready for some excitement. All right. Boom. That is freaking sick. You can even see all my booger ass welds too, so that's fucking baller. So, unfortunately this one's aluminized because we were gonna try and discolor them like this one, but unfortunately this is an aluminized one, so can't do that. But that one will turn pretty cool. So yeah, got that. Paul got the bumper trimmed up, so now all we got to do, we need to finish up like couplers and all that stuff. Once we get all the intercooler piping like figured out and how it's gonna be, then we get to pull everything out, pull the motor and all that crap out, pull all of it off. We got to put the, I'll probably do, because I'd like to have it so everything's good, so that way when we pull it out, all we have to do is shave whatever we're shaving, and then we can pour 15 the whole engine bay, and then put it all back together. And then obviously we got to rebuild the motor. We're pretty much probably just we're gonna pull the pistons out. We're gonna gap the rings on the pistons, put new rod bearings in there at the minimum. We'll see if we end up doing like crank, but for sure we'll be doing rod bearings. Other than that, I think that's really all we got. So that's all we got for today pretty much. So that's it. All right, so quick little update. We've unhooked a lot of the shit. Everything's pretty much pulled out of there, and now the motor's gonna come out. So next clip, motor should be out. Alrighty, so motor's out now.
Well, crash.
Milwaukee.
Oh, hold on, Morgan,
Right.
step in the engine bay.
It's Milwaukee now.
Step in the engine bay.
Steve-O, hey, make sure you cover his face with an emoji.
No, that's dumb.
Camera.
Yeah, quick, close.
No, I'm getting it on video. It's even better.
Kinda.
It's a video. What are you doing, boomer? So yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta finish my talking. I'm just putting him in timeout. But so he's gotta get the trans pulled off, and then we'll probably get this thing up on an engine stand, I'm sure. So, and then the teardown begins again. Alrighty, so other than the fact it's snowing, everything's out of here. Paul cleaned his garage, so leave a comment telling him good job, looks nice. That's probably the best, the most important thing of this whole video, is that his garage is clean. So we got the motor up on the engine stand, and he's working on getting all the crap off. But yeah.
So yeah, they tell you the transmission, not LSD.
Oh yeah, they found out transmission not LSD, so that sucks, but doesn't matter, it's only going to last a little bit.
Ah, dang it, there's a
Drain.
Start chain.
But yeah, so he's working on getting all that done. Alright guys, so might as well get us an ending to this video since it's been a while. So the engine bay is painted. We used chassis saver just like I used on the S10. So it turned out pretty good. There's some snow obviously in there because it snowed last night, so that's awesome. The weather in Wisconsin's being an interesting one to say the least. And then as for the motor, it's been pretty well torn down. What the hell is beeping? Oh, Paul left his remote on. So the motor has been painted and the head is off. We've pulled the piston. We checked the ring gap, everything. It already looks like it's been gapped well past what it should be for boost, so should be good. We'll probably still pull all the pistons, what we're going to, but we'll pull them all, double check the ring gaps, and then put them back in. We have some new bearings to put in for the crank and the connecting rods. But yeah, sounds like we're not going to have to do too much to this, but we're just pretty much going through it all. But yeah, and then obviously, like I said, it was painted, so it looks real nice. And it was pretty fucking funny because they were going to put primer on this because we thought it was aluminum, but it's actually an iron block or whatever. So I don't know what happened. I was over there when it happened, but basically all I heard was psh. I was like, what the fuck? I figured like one of our airline hose for our compressor came undone or some shit, and it was just like flopping around. No, a can got dropped. It landed on like my pry bar. It was on the ground, and it launched the can underneath the Honda out there. So, and it got all over the engine bay after we just painted it. It's like nice. So wish we would have got that on camera because that was funny. and I didn't film any of that when it actually happened, so that's nice of me. Yeah, other than that, I guess that's all I've got. So the next Honda update should be putting that thing back together, and maybe getting it back in here, since obviously at the beginning of this video, that was from a long time ago. That was like 2 months ago or whatever. So yeah, you guys know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next one.